Okay. So the championship round. This is the business end of the season. 2 games left before the Super Bowl. You're playing for it all at this point. You're playing for a chance to go and win the superb owl, as Stephen Colbert so nicely put it back in the day before he sort of became a very bad comedian. We miss you, Stephen Colbert. Please come back to us. So the first game is the Packers versus the Buccaneers. Obviously, last time they met in the regular seasons, the Buccaneers beat the pants off of the Packers, which
was the one bad game that Aaron Rodgers had all season.
Yeah, exactly. And as a Viking fan, brought me hours of joy. I'm not sure that will happen to the Packers again, especially when you look at their performances over the last couple of weeks. This could be a really interesting game. I think it hinges on the Buccaneers defense.
Yep.
If the Buccaneers defense plays well, then I think this game is going to go in the favor of the Buccaneers. If the Packers can get the upper hand, irrespective of what the Buccaneers are doing on offense, if the Packers can get the upper hand against the Buccaneers defense, I think it's Green Bay's game, and vice versa.
Yeah, totally agree with that. I think, it entirely depends on the Buccaneers being able to frustrate or stop the Packers. And if they're running...
Which they did so well early in the year. So they can do it. They can do it.
Both of these ones are so close to call, really. I think the Packers should win this game, but I'm totally expecting to be proved wrong on this one. And Tom Brady to have a fourth quarter drive that will, disprove us all, disprove all the talk he was getting last year about not having it anymore. I think surely Aaron Rodgers wins this game. They've been firing on all cylinders all year, apart from that one game against the Buccaneers. It depends on the Buccaneers being able to frustrate or, get Aaron Rodgers off their rhythm, off his rhythm.
Yeah, it's a difficult one. It is a tricky game, but I can't in good conscience pick the Packers. I'm going to have to pick the Buccaneers. I just can't pick the Packers. I can't do it. And I think there is a scenario where the Packers come in and, the Buccaneers are technically visiting Green Bay, aren't they? Even though no fans are attending. But I feel like there is a scenario where the Packers don't get rolling on offense, and the Buccaneers can lock down and control the game. And if they can do that, we know the Buccaneers offense can be excellent in the right conditions. I think a low scoring game favors the Buccaneers. Even a medium scoring game, sort of in the mid-20s, favors the Buccaneers. If the score goes over 30, then I think it's the Packers all day. But I think the defense might be able to keep it under that benchmark, and that's why I've just got a feeling the Buccaneers might be able to pull this off.
And the Packers have not been too great in the playoffs. Just think how they lost to the Giants, the 49ers, among others in championship games.
They've got four.
I'm going to go with the Packers because I just think with the season Aaron Rodgers has, if he's been on such good form apart from that one game with the Buccaneers, I think it is really his game to lose. And if they do lose, there will be not question marks about Aaron Rodgers, but I think he will shoulder most of the blame, really.
Yeah.
And the Packers should win this game, so I'm going to go with the Packers, although I am kind of expected to be proved wrong, and Green Bay once again to not be able to make it to the Super Bowl since they won it in 2010. So now moving on to the Bills and the Chiefs. This one, I am so uninspired with not only the Chiefs win against the Browns, but the Bills against the Ravens, and the way the Bills played the Colts. Neither team has gotten to this championship game convincingly. The Chiefs slowed down towards the end of the year. That last game against, I forget who it was, but it was like 17-14. That was a very uninspiring game. Then they've had a week off. Then they played the Browns, which they should have lost. And the Bills, great regular season. But their first two playoff games, they haven't really gotten it going like I thought they were going to.
They've looked tight. They've not looked like they did in the regular season. And I think it's the pressure they've not been here for so long. They're in rarefied air, and I think they're playing. It just looks like they're playing tight to me.
Yeah, and I'm just not inspired by either of these teams. Of course, Stephon Diggs is going to have a great day, but that doesn't necessarily mean that the Bills are going to have a fantastic day. I think if Patrick Mahomes is in, obviously the Chiefs have a huge chance to win this, but they've looked, breakable at times as well. I think it's a matter of who turns over or who, who turns over the ball more, who just makes more mistakes rather than one team riding away and winning it. The Bills only won that game because the Ravens game because of Ravens' mistakes rather than Bills,
executing well.
For that huge interception return. So I think this is going to be another thing, like who doesn't protect the ball as much as the other, just who fucks up more. Really, I'm going to go with the Bills just because I want the Bills to go to the Super Bowl again. It would be such a huge thing for them. But I must say, I'm a bit uninspired with both of those teams with how they performed in the last couple of games.
And the Chiefs are interesting because essentially their entire playbook is yeet ball. They're just yeeting shit. It's just like Patrick Mahomes, let's just sling it around. And I'm not sure. Well, I say it's not sustainable. They've been doing it for 3 years or 2 years now since Patrick Mahomes became the starter. So they can make it work, but it seems like unless things work out great for them and Patrick Mahomes can just freestyle it, the offense kind of sputters.
Yeah, and it relies on moments of magic from Tyreek or Patrick Mahomes to win the game.
I struggle with this game. My gut instinct tells me that the Chiefs, they've been here before. They're going to come out, and Andy Reid is going to have a good game plan, and they're going to get it done. And they've got Kelsey, they've got Hill, they've got Sammy Watkins. They've got very good players. They've got, Clyde Edwards-Helaire might still be injured, but then they've got Le'Veon Bell.
They've got Le'Veon Bell, man.
They've got really good players.
Proven players.
Proven players, exactly. Whereas the Bills, they're
on the up.
They're on the up. If they make it to the Super Bowl, this is the most ridiculous run in history, or not obviously not the most ridiculous run, but for the Bills to have gone from where they've been to potentially being in the Super Bowl is massive. So my gut's kind of telling me the Chiefs, but my heart, I want the Bills to make it now that, I think, come on, man, they deserve it. I'm going to go with the Bills. I'm going with the Bills. I'm going with the Bills, but I could be massively wrong.
And I think you brought up a good point there, where it's the Chiefs are used to being in this position, and are used to winning big games in a way that the Bills haven't done recently. And I think you can look back at the Chiefs game and that the Chiefs-Browns game, and that was a team who's used to winning versus a team who is tripping up over themselves because they're not quite used to winning these games. And I think we might maybe see that in this game with the Bills and the Chiefs once again, but a team that knows how to win these games. Has been doing it consistently over the last couple of years versus a team where, it's the first time since 95 or 4 where they're even in this position. So that might be a factor, but I'm still going with the Bills. But I think that's an interesting thing to think about.